And they saw her walking about, and it became a very holy shrine. And it was in Portugal, where the Muslims actually controlled that part of the world until the Crusades, when they were driven out by the Christians. But the one that they saw was in a place called Portugal called Fatima, named after Muhammad's daughter.
Fatima.
And the Muslims used to make pilgrimages to see the Lady of Fatima. They still do. But the Muslims don't go there anymore. The Christians go there. But it's still called the Lady of Fatima. Only they've named her Mary. Okay. So anyhow, we find then the coming together of all of these things inside of the brain where there are no religions or things separated like that. Now, what do we have? And what did we do? I showed you in the Bible that the pineal gland of the brain, the single eye, the face of God, comes from her who is the serpent, the female serpent, the dark-eyed woman. The dark-eyed woman who is the serpent Kundalini and who is the sister of pineal, which produces Bethlehem, the place of Christ's birth inside of you, the house of the hem, the place that you touch when you meditate and that energy rises up your spine. And I showed it to you. And you have the documentation. And you have medical documentation and scientific documentation. And you have the documentation of all of these prestigious books such as Grolier's and so forth and so on, defining all of these words. I couldn't make any of this stuff up. But now I come to this place. I've told you, yes, sir.
It's pretty, I don't know, it's thinking in my head. It kind of explains, no, come on, man.
Come on, man.
It kind of explains the deal with Christ being born without conception.
Yes.
Not a mortal thing. No.
Yes, by a virgin.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, you're right on the button. That's fine. That's fine. Because, hey, at least you were paying attention. I mean, the rest of these people didn't catch that. And you got it all right. That's right. Look, in the 9th month of the year, the sun, by the trajectory of the earth, appears to be born out of the constellation Virgo, the Virgin. It is born of a virgin. In the 11th month, it appears to pass through a constellation called the Cross. It is crucified. And the winter solstice, it sits in the tomb of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. On December the 25th, by the trajectory of the earth, it is born again. 30 years after his birth, Jesus goes into the water of John the Baptist. 30 days after December 25th, the sun appears to move into the sign of Aquarius, the water man. Jesus goes on and picks his disciples from the fishermen. The sun appears then to move into the sign Pisces, the fish. Jesus becomes the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world. The sun appears to enter into the sign of the Lamb, Aries, which takes away the cold of the winter. He sits at the right hand of the Father in the northern hemisphere. The sun moves to the right side of the eastern sky, and we have summer. And he concludes his career as the Lion of Judah, and the sun concludes its journey in August as Leo the Lion, and we start all over again. That's all it is. But that's everything. Because as it is outside, so it is inside. This is what you're saying.